ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। श्लोक नंबर 7। अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। अर्जुन उवाच। कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः। पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः। यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे। शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्। न हि प्रपश्यामि ममापनुद्यात्। यच्छोकमुच्छोषणमिन्द्रियाणाम्। अवाप्य भूमावसपत्नमृद्धम्। राज्यं सुराणामपि चाधिपत्यम्। In the 6th, 7th shlokas, the inner mental transformation happening in Arjuna is described. Earlier, he was having conviction about his wrong decision, that running away from the situation is a right thing to do, which was not a right thing to do, but with regard to this wrong decision, he had conviction. So conviction in wrong decision, that was the state. From that he came down to the state of doubt, that perhaps running away from this situation is not a good thing because Bhagavan is not supporting it. And generally it is a duty of Kshatriya to protect dharma, and for that whatever is required to be done. So from that conviction in wrong decision, he came down to the doubtful state, whether running away is good or doing this duty, doing this or fighting this war, that is correct. Because both were looking this positive and having some negative. If I run away from this situation, the advantage is my relatives will be saved. but it will be dereliction of duty. And if I fight this war, the plus is that I am doing what I am supposed to do. But minus point is I will be losing my relatives. So in both the situation there are plus and minus. And therefore he is in doubtful situation. And sometimes we have casual so many doubts. But Arjuna's doubt becomes more intense. He admits he has doubts. Acknowledgement of doubt, that state he came to. And he finds a helplessness in solving these doubts, in resolving this doubt. And therefore, the next stage is asking for help. So doubts are there, acknowledgement of doubt is there, finding one's helplessness in solving the problem of doubt, and the next stage is surrendering to the source of guidance. And that is what Arjuna did. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavaha. My mind is overpowered by this karpanya, this wretchedness, helplessness, and also we saw other meaning, this miserliness. Miserliness in the sense that Bhagavan has given me buddhi to do viveka, and I should have used this buddhi to get the solution for such problem, but I have not used it. Therefore also karpanya. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavaha. Dharma sammuda chetaha. My mind, chetas means mind, is confused regarding my duty and also my swarupam. And therefore, whatever is good for me, not temporary good, what is permanent good for me, that you please tell me definitely. And I am your Shishya. So I am declaring from my side that I am your Shishya. Then you accept me as your disciple, that is up to you. But from my side I am telling I am your disciple. And Shadimam, please instruct me. Tvam prapannam, I am surrendered to you. This is one of the conditions required for effective learning, surrendering to the source of guidance. And surrender doesn't mean we feel very meek, or we don't raise any questions, we don't use our intellect, whatever teacher say, yes, 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 that is not what is expected in surrender. Surrender means there is a shraddha, there is a pramanya buddhi, there is a sense of validity in the words of teachers and the scripture. And if I have any question, I can definitely ask. But my question will be based on my desire to know, not to dismiss. It is not, my question is not asked out of desire to dismiss the teacher, but this question is asked out of desire to know the content of the teacher, to get the clarity of what he has said, she has said. So that's surrender, where I trust the validity of the statements of teacher and scripture. And also I have got one more trust, that the teacher and scripture are for my well-being. They do not have any selfish agenda to exploit me. That shraddha also should be there. Every now and then doubt comes that Swamiji is telling this because he wants to get something done from me. Suppose some teacher advises that you should do a lot of dhanam because you have a lot of miserliness. Then this student think what? Next time when I come, he will give me this what is called advertisement or the notification of some project they are going to start. That thought comes. That's why Swamiji is talking about dhanam, because he wants some donation from me. Then shraddha is not there. Very difficult. The teacher says that you do dhanam and you suspect some selfish agenda, then there is no surrender. Surrender means he or she tells me because it is good for me. That is for surrender. Otherwise, you can raise doubts, you can ask questions, you can ask for clarification. Nothing wrong in it. And Arjuna says, I am surrendered to you. Which is Swamiji used to say, surrender means sense of validity. Like, I have surrendered to my eyes. In the sense, by whatever my eyes say, eyes reveal, I trust it. Imagine you don't trust your own eyes. What will be your life? You can't move next step. Because next is water or land, we don't know. Eyes is showing the land, but may not be so. You can't. Therefore, this Shraddha, this surrender is in this sense also that I trust the validity of the means of knowledge. And that Arjuna declared in the 7th shloka. And the 8th shloka is telling that please don't consider my request to be a casual request. And don't give me some temporary solution. I want to solve this problem of sorrow fundamentally. So don't say that, oh Arjuna, I will get you kingdom, I will get you better lifestyle or something. Don't give me that. It is something like when mother is doing some work and child cries, mom, mom, And mom wants to do her own work, therefore mom will give one toy. Child gets busy with the toy. Again makes some sound, mom, mom, then mother gives another toy. How long it will work? Till child becomes really hungry. When child is really hungry, no toy will satisfy. Because toy is not the solution to the problem of hunger. Then toy will not work. Child will throw away all the toys. Because now child wants mother and mother only. He is hungry. Similarly, when our problem of samsara is felt very casually, then we say, okay, when we cannot do anything else, we will study Vedanta. That's what people think. When is Vedanta to be studied? When you are good for nothing. When you cannot do anything else, then what? Study Vedanta. That's the wrong thinking. People think like that. That Vedanta is to be studied only by old people. Therefore, if youngsters are coming, they will ask, Enaitu, what happened to you? Why you are going to Vedanta? Means something is wrong with you. People think that studying Vedanta at young age is a mistake. It must be the person should have some problem. That is not that. Vedanta is meant for everybody. Yes, this study with commitment is possible when a person is more free from other pursuits. That is accepted. But study in general is advisable to everybody because Vedanta teaches you how to live your life properly. And therefore, Arjuna is telling that please don't give me some temporary solution because I have understood that temporary solution is not going to solve my problem. And therefore he said, I am not seeing any solution to the problem of my shoka. Nahi prapashyami mamapanudya yachoka muchoshanam indriyanam. I am not seeing anything which will remove my sorrow, which is drying up my all organs. And Bhagavan may say, Arjun, do you have problem of enemies? He said, no. Even if I get the kingdom without enemies, it will not solve my problem. Are you having the problem of finance that if you get the kingdom but no money, then what is the use? No. Ruddham, even I get very rich, prosperous kingdom, it will not solve my problem. Do you think, Arjuna, that if you go to heaven, your problem will be solved? Arjuna says no. Here or hereafter, any external situation, any betterment of external situation is not going to solve my problem. This is what technically called Iha Mutrartha Phala Bhoga Viragaha. He has got the Vairagya for things here and hereafter. And that's what he said, that my problem is intense and therefore please give me this fundamental solution, main solution. And since his sorrow is intense, his surrender is also intense. We have seen that if we have got little mild problem, then we will postpone it. Some dental problem is there, oh, we'll do it tomorrow, so many things. That's why they have got two types of surgery. One is elective surgery and an emergency surgery. Elective means what? Not that some election is there. So the surgery which is done during election is called elective surgery. That is not a definition. Elective surgery means which you can plan. But when suppose this appendicitis is there and it's very painful, and if it is not done, person will die, then emergency it is done. That is not elective surgery. So Arjuna says, my problem doesn't require elective surgery. Don't say, Arjuna, when war is over, we will go to the forest and have discussion. Don't tell me that. Right now, my problem is very intense. I want emergency. I am in emergency, So that's what he is telling. My problem is very intense. Just don't give me temporary solution. From this we understand that Arjuna has come from topical problem to fundamental problem. Topical problem means what? Why I have finance problem? Why I have relationship problem? Why I have this always Swamiji sorrow related to miss my children? That is a topical problem related to particular situation. What is fundamental problem? Why am I subjected to sorrow? That is fundamental problem. Not particular sorrow. Why am I subjected to sorrow? Whatever I do, still my sorrow doesn't go away. Why this sorrow coming every now and then? That is called fundamental problem. So Arjuna says, I have now discovered my fundamental problem. So from topical problem, he comes to the fundamental problem. And he says, my fundamental problem is that I am subject to sorrow. I feel sorrowful whatever I do. Whatever I do or I don't do, my sorrow doesn't go away. The sorrow seems to remain in the background. Every now and then it is getting surfaced. So you please tell me, what is the solution? Because any accomplishment in the world is not going to solve my problem of sorrow. Therefore, you tell me the fundamental solution, the main solution. Don't give me just first aid. I want this final treatment of my problem of sorrow. So he, Arjuna, showed that his desire for the solution of the problem is very intense. That is called mumuksha, tivra ichha. Moksho mein bhuyaditi tivra ichha. So Arjuna expresses mumuksha. And now, what happens after this Arjuna's expression of strong desire for solution? That is described by Sanjaya. Sanjaya uvacha.
Sanjaya uvacha.
Eva muktva rishikesham.
Eva muktva rishikesham.
Gudakeshah parantapaha.
Gudakeshah parantapaha.
Nayotsya iti govindam.
Nayotsya iti govindam.
Uktva tushnim babhuvaha.
Uktva tushnim babhuvaha.
Sanjaya uvacha. Sanjaya, who is reporting the whole thing, he told to Dhritarashtra. What did he say? He is reporting the change of event. And by saying, Eva muktva, having said thus. Who said? Gudakeshaha, Arjuna. To whom? Rishikesham. To Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And one more name for Gudakeshaha, Arjuna, is Parantapaha. Arjuna is called Gudakesha. One simple meaning is one who has got curly hair. It's called Gudakesha. Another meaning which is more applicable and relevant in the spiritual context is Gudakayaha Nidrayaha Tamoguna Rupayaha Ishaha Gudakeshaha. Gudaka means Nidra, sleep. During the class also people feel sleepy, no? So that's called Gudaka. Ishaha means master. Master of sleep. Master of sleep doesn't mean he doesn't sleep at all. That's not what we mean. That is called Vinidraha. Vinidraha, one who doesn't sleep at all. That's not a good thing. Gudakesha means he sleeps when he is supposed to sleep, and he does not sleep when he is not supposed to sleep. That is called Gudakesha. Mastery over sleep. Some people say, Swami, the moment I open the book, I feel sleepy. In fact, for them, book is a sleeping tablet. So they don't require other sleeping tablet. This is sleeping tablet. Especially Sanskrit grammar book you take, then sleep guaranteed. So some people have this. Anyway, so Gudakesha means mastery over sleep. And sleep stands for this tamoguna, laziness, procrastination. What we'll do it tomorrow, we'll do it tomorrow, we'll do it tomorrow. That procrastination is a sign of tamoguna, lethargy, laziness, fear. Why we have got procrastination? Because we have fear of failure. We think that if we do, then we will not be able to do well. Today if I do, I will not do well. And therefore, something will change tomorrow. That is what? Sign of tamoguna. Yeah, if really some data are required and therefore you decide to postpone, that is healthy. You should not decide without sufficient data. But sometimes data is an excuse. What really reason is that you are afraid of taking decision, taking action. And you give some very flimsy reason. That is laziness. That is fear. That is not healthy. There is a difference between postponement and procrastination. Postponement means what? You defer to some decision because of some reason, valid reason. That is called postponement. And you postpone without any reason, what is called valid reason, that is called procrastination. And procrastination is the problem at all levels. Individual level, organizational level, government level, everywhere is procrastination. So that is indicative of tamoguna. Arjuna is free from that, therefore Gudakeshaha. He is the master. He did not say, no, all this problem I will solve it after this war is over. No, right now, no. This really bothers me because without that I will not be able to fight well. Therefore, he did not postpone it. He did not procrastinate. Therefore, Gudakeshaha. And for anyone to be successful in the pursuit of freedom, pursuit of knowledge, one has to be Gudakeshaha. Half sleeping and listening to the class doesn't work. If you already studied and half sleep, no problem. Because earlier you have studied. But really if you want to receive effectively, then one needs to be alert. Therefore Gudakeshaha. And Arjuna told, as it has been mentioned up to the 8th shloka, to whom? Rishikesha. Rishikanam Ishaha Rishikeshaha. Generally people pronounce this place called Rishikesh. Rishikesh. It's not really Rishikesh. Originally it was a Rishikesh only. There is one particular temple where there is name of the Lord is Rishikesha. Very old temple it is. They say it's thousands of years old. That temple, generally people go to Rishikesh but they don't visit that. But it's a very good temple. And so Rishikesha means Rishikanam Indriyanam Isha, the master, the lord of Indriyas, organs. by whose grace all the organs function, that is called Rishikesha. So to that Rishikesha, another meaning also is there. Jivanam Harshanat, one who makes the Jiva happy by his presence and blessings, he is also Rishikesha. So that Rishikesha, Parantapaha, Paran Shatrun Tapayati iti Parantapaha, one who gives this proper, treatment to the enemies is Parantapaha, Arjuna. So Arjuna told made the statements to Bhagavan Sri Krishna as it has been mentioned up to the 8th shloka. And now he tells only 2 words, Arjuna. Na yotsye. In conclusion, he says this much. I will not fight. Yotsye is a future tense. Will fight. Na yotsye means I will not fight. Iti Govindam, in this manner, uktva. In this manner, having told to Govinda, Shri Krishna, Tushnim Babhuva, he became quiet. Ha, indeed. So Arjuna said, Na yotsya, I will not fight. That is little bit contradictory. One side is telling you, enlighten me, you guide me, and now he is telling, I will not fight. If you have decided I am not going to fight, why are you asking? Many people have this habit. They have already booked the ticket and they say, Swamiji, I will come and take your guidance whether I should go or not. If you have already booked the ticket, already informed people, but they will try to show as if they are very obedient. This is a hypocrisy. So here also it looks like that Arjuna one side is telling Shadi Mam, means you please instruct me, and other side is showing what? I will not fight. Then what is the use? It is something like I have already decided I am not going to marry. And Appa, you tell me whatever you say I will do. What is the use of that? Many people don't see the contradiction. That one side they show their obedience, other side they have already decided. And still they ask, why? They have already decided, but still they ask. Why? They want confirmation. And afterward they can say what? Swamiji told me, therefore I am going. So he will say what? It's not that I decided, but Swami said, okay, you go. Swamiji told me, therefore I am going. So by chance something goes wrong, Swami told I went, but see this happened. We always reach somebody scapegoat. That's not a very healthy state of mind as a student, as a disciple. So why Arjuna is doing this? Here we need to understand that here Na Yotsye is different from what he was telling earlier. Earlier also he was telling Tasman Narha Vayam Hantum Dhartarashtan Swabandhavan Etanna Hantum Ichchami. That time also he was telling I don't want to fight in the first chapter. And here he is telling I am not going to fight, but there is a lot of difference between the two. What is the difference? Earlier when he was telling I will not fight, he was telling because I am very well convinced that it is not proper to fight. Means he was wrongly convinced and therefore he was telling I will not fight. Now when he said, now Yotsye, it is not that he has already decided not to fight, but he says, until you give me clarification, I am not able to do any action. I am not able to decide. So first you enlighten me, first you give me the teaching, and therefore I will be convinced to do whatever is to be done. So it is no Yotsye, he doesn't have any insistence or doesn't have any resistance to do whatever is to be done. It is only an expression of putting a hold on the matter. That you just please clarify me, you give me clarification, and then I will do what is to be done. Till then, I will not be able to fight. Na Yotsye. It is not that I have decided not to fight, but till I get the teaching, till I get clarity, I cannot fight. Therefore, I request you to clarify first, enlighten me first, Teach me first, then I will do whatever is to be done. So now you say that is the right attitude. Even if you express your view to the guide, but you say, this is what I am thinking, right? But finally, you please decide. That is the attitude. You can express your view, but finally you leave it to the guide, to the doctor. Some people, they already, some patients, they are Google patients. So they already done research and they have come. That one person goes to the doctor and tells, doctor, I have got malaria. They say, you have already decided. Then you tell me which medicine shall I write. So that also you tell. If you have already diagnosed yourself to be malaria, having malaria, then medicine also you will be doing. You tell me, so I don't have to do anything. You go to the doctor and tell the symptom. Not that I have got typhoid. You don't say typhoid I have got. You said I have got fever, I have got this weakness, or that you tell. These people think that they have this disease. And in fact, sometimes what happens, they have concluded that they have this disease, and therefore if doctor say you don't have, he will go to other doctor. It happens or not? Because they have got conclusion, they want to confirm from some doctor. He has already decided, I have this disease. Some people like always big disease. Small disease काम नहीं चलता है. So they want big disease. It's called hypochondriac people, So they always think they have got big problem. So doctor simply say, no, it's just virus. They think this doctor doesn't know anything. Some doctors who say you have got very big problem, then so they require the treatment which is very big, very expensive, because the insurance also is there, so expensive. That is the wrong approach. You go to the doctor and tell, this is what I have, this problem. I have fever, I have got cold, or I have got shivering, whatever. That you tell. Don't say that, so doctor, I think I have this. Even that you can say, but you leave it to the doctor. Why should you direct the doctor? Don't drive the driver. Some people sitting at the back, they will say, oh, thoda कम करो, ज्यादा करो, ये थोड़ा देख के चलाओ. Not necessary, he is driver. Don't drive the driver. So similarly, don't tell the guide how should he guide. You tell that this is what I am feeling, you please give me the solution. So Arjuna is also having this attitude. Right now I am not able to fight, and I request you to enlighten me. With this idea, he said, Nayotse, and having told this, Tushnim Babuva. Tushnim Babuva means he became quiet. What does it indicate? It indicates that Arjuna has got trust in Bhagavan's capacity. And out of trust, there is relaxation. Whenever you trust the source of guidance, you will be relaxed. When you hand over yourself to a competent doctor in your perception, then you are relaxed. He says, my job is only to go up to the doctor. Then I don't have to worry. You can be relaxed. Trust brings relaxation. Distrust, doubts bring anxiety. You see, whenever you don't have trust, you have doubts, you are anxious, restless. When you have trust, you are relaxed. Babies have trust in mother. Therefore, babies are relaxed. I generally give this example that on this road, very crowded road with so many bumps, the potholes and all. This man is driving and the wife is sitting at the back and having a baby on her lap. So really, anytime anything can happen. That man may be tense, even lady may be tensed, but the child has trust in mother's hands. Therefore, child is sleeping also, relaxed. Right? Trust in the care of mother. In your life, you can see that when you have trust in the system or the people around, you are relaxed. Suppose you are people who are working in your house. In India, it is possible. In America, not that easy. But India, most of the people have got helps. You trust them, then you can be relaxed. If you don't trust, whenever she is going for sweeping, you have to go there. Or you have security camera and you keep on watching on your mobile. That's what you have to do. But you give the key and come out, but you trust them. You are relaxed. Every now and then you have to see. Even driver, this one who is driving the car, you trust, then you can be relaxed. Imagine you are going by train and you think, night train, and you think that maybe driver, he may feel sleepy, he may not drive properly and may hit. Then what? So you cannot sleep. Every now and then you go, every station comes, you go to the engine and see whether driver is okay. And you ask him also, are you feeling sleepy or okay? Shall I give you one tea or something? Why? I am just telling you that how the trust in life brings relaxation. And then some people are paranoid. And therefore what? They cannot be relaxed. They always, some reason they find out to be anxious. So Arjuna had trust, and therefore what? Tushnim Babuva. Trust brings relaxation, and relaxation is there. Tushnim Babuva. Quiet. And also, Arjuna has this thinking that I have done what is to be done. My job was to present my problem. My job was to surrender to Bhagavan, request him for help. I have done. So I have done my job. Now it is up to the Lord to respond. And he can respond only when I keep quiet, because two people cannot talk simultaneously. Generally, sometimes they do also. But generally, when one person speaks, other person has to keep quiet. So when I keep quiet, then only Bhagavan can speak. And therefore Arjuna keeps quiet. It's very important. When I am listening to someone, my mind needs to be quiet. Sometimes when a person is speaking at the time, simultaneously my mind working, this sentence is not correct, that sentence is not correct, this is not correct, he should have said this example is not good. So constant criticism is there. Then what? Mind cannot listen. Receptive mind needs to be there. Receptive mind is quiet mind. So Arjuna, Tushnim Babuva. And the word ha is suggesting some change has happened. What is the change? Driver Krishna is becoming teacher Krishna. Warrior Arjuna is becoming a student Arjuna. And the change is indicated by the word ha. And then what happens? That is said is the next sentence. Tamuvacha Hrishikeshah Prasanniva Bharata Senayorubayor madhye Vishidantamidam vachaha Tam Vacha Hrishikeshah. Hrishikesha, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Vacha, told, Tam to that Arjuna. Which Arjuna? Vishidantam. Vishidantam is grieving, sad Arjuna. Sad Arjuna, where was he sad? In which situation? Senayoho ubayoho madhye. So Bhagavan told this sentence to Arjuna, who was sad, situated in Senayoho Ubhayoho Madhye, between the two armies. Senayoho Ubhayoho Madhye can go with Uvacha also. So Bhagavan gave this teaching between the two armies. It suggests what? If a person is very sincere and requests for knowledge, then the time, etc., time, place, etc., do not matter so much. Like, it's in medical emergencies there, in aeroplane, in the plane, that doctor is there, immediately does. नहीं, अभी तो मेरा duty hours नहीं है. I will not do. That's not correct. His duty or नहीं मैं dress तो नहीं पहनी हूँ ना. So I am not wearing the dress. How can I treat? No, there is no such formality. Required treatment, immediate attention is required. So is given. So Bhagavan also Senayoho Uvayoho Madhye Api Uvacha. He told even between the two armies. To whom? Vishidantam. Vishidantam is grieving Arjuna. Idam vachaha. This following statements, following teaching. And idam vachaha refers to the teaching given from the 11th shloka of the second chapter up to the 66th shloka of the 18 chapters. The main teaching is between these two. Second chapter 11th verse up to 18th chapter 66th verse. What is 66th verse? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tva sarva papebhyah moksha ishyami ma shuchaha. That is the final teaching. So between these two shlokas are the beginning and the end of this entire teaching. That is referred to by the word idam vachaha. So Bhagavan told this or imparted this teaching to Arjuna who was grieving, Vishidantam. And here Vishidantam is having the problem of shoka, sorrow. And sorrow stands for other two problems, raga and moha, attachment and confusion. So Arjuna having the problem of raga, shoka and moha, attachment, grief and confusion. To that Arjuna, Bhagavan gave this Upadesha. And this Upadesha is applicable to everyone who is having Vishidantam, who is having Vishidantam state. Anybody who has got sorrow is recipient of, can receive and benefit from this teaching. And everybody has got some sorrow. People sometimes deny that problem. That no, Swami, I am happy, I am very happy, very, very happy. No problem at all. In fact, sometimes your denial of the problem shows the intensity of the problem. The more intensely you are denying shows that more intense is the problem. So some people are all the time laughing. You may think that, oh, such a jovial person may not be so. Sometimes the laughter can be a covering device for hiding one's sorrow. And as long as person has got ignorance about one's true nature, sorrow is guaranteed. Like this, no, Shanti guaranteed. Similarly, sorrow guaranteed. Sorrow will be there. Somehow or the other, person may accept it or not accept it, acknowledge or not, but it will be there. So Vishidantam Arjunam, which represents every samsari, Bhagavan gave this Upadesha. So this Upadesha is not only for Arjuna. Otherwise, Swamiji, I don't have fight-like situation. I am at home. I am not a soldier. So for me, this is not relevant. That's not so. It is the Upadesha to every samsari, every ignorant person who is grieving. Achha, Arjuna was grieving. What was Bhagavan's situation? Was Bhagavan also sad? Seeing Arjuna sad, did Bhagavan also become sad? No. Sometimes we foolishly expect, when I tell my problems to someone, my doctor should be moved, should cry with me, should be sad. He didn't say anything. He did not feel at all. There was no drop of tears from his eyes. It is good. Doctor should not be indifferent to the condition of the patient. But doctor should not be carried away by the condition of the patient. Doctor should not be indifferent. Oh, whatever happens, this fellow all the time telling. So that's not correct. He should listen to the complaints. In fact, listening itself will help the patient. But he should not be carried away by that. If he or she gets carried away, he or she will not be able to treat properly. That is why generally these doctors avoid doing surgery on their close relatives. That is one reason. Why? Generally they get carried away by, oh, my daughter, my son, my wife, my husband. So doctor should be caring and therefore listen to all problems, should have desire to solve the problem, but should not be carried away by the problems. If he is carried away by the problem, he cannot solve the problem effectively. So Bhagavan, like a doctor, when he listens to Arjuna's problem, say Arjuna is in my intense sorrow and all this, Bhagavan's condition is what? Prahasan iva. Prahasan means smiling. Iva, as it were. So Bhagavan's condition is what? He is smiling. Smiling or laughing as it were. And here commentators comment. They give explanation of why Bhagavan was smiling. According to Shastra, akaranam hasyam, the unnecessary or the laughter without reason is considered to be a sign of a very lowly person. Lagutam yati. There are few things, there is a shloka, which one of them is akaranam hasyam. Some people, hey, he say, how are you? Hey, that person will be a crazy fellow. Akaranam hasyam means the laughter without any reason. Suppose you are sitting here and all of a sudden, you do it. So I got I said, did I say something or what? I used to keep mirror here. So, akaranam hasyam is not proper. So Bhagavan, why did he laugh? So there are reasons for that. That why Bhagavan laugh or smile. There are few reasons. One of them is Bhagavan by smile is indicating his inner freedom, inner relaxation, inner freedom. That the situation has not affected him. That is inner freedom from the situation which looks problematic, critical, he is not affected. So his inner freedom from the problem is indicated by the word prahasan niva. It is something like when you go to the doctor, and I don't know why doctor examples are coming on. Some two doctors are sitting. So I don't know more also. At least two I know. So when you go to the doctor and you tell the doctor, I have got stomach pain and headache also and muscle pain. Doctor, oh my God, so many problems. I don't know. Suppose he says like this, your confidence will go away. If you tell your problem, it shows some great concern, great worries about what has happened to you. And, he feels that such an intense, he expresses the idea that the patient has got very intense problem. Then the patient will lose the hope. Old lady is feeling hopeless. And doctor responds, my God, this also you have? Suppose he does like this. Doctor has to listen very objectively. So Bhagavan also, by giving a smile, he expresses, Arjuna, your problem is there, but it is not so difficult. It is a handleable problem. By his smile, he is giving a confidence to Arjuna. Arjuna, this problem is handleable. I have a solution to that problem. That is the message he is giving. And really speaking, problem of sorrow is not outside. Problem is sorrow has nothing to do what is happening outside. Problem of sorrow has something to do with I, myself, my wrong understanding. It is centered on me. The problem is centered on me and solution also is centered on me only. Therefore, Pujya Swamiji gave one talk series. What? Problem is you, solution is you. Misunderstood you is the problem. Understood you is the solution. And Bhagavan knows this. And therefore, by smile, he is giving reassurance to Arjuna, Arjuna, don't worry, I have a solution. Doctor will say, yes, you will be all right within few days. We have so many, ways of treatment. We'll find out. The person feels good. Half problem is solved. And the patient feels very confident. The receptivity for the treatment will come if the patient feels confident. So that's what Bhagavan does. He is giving advice to all the teachers and all the doctors that how you should handle the person when he comes for help. And another reason for his smile is Bhagavan has taken this avatara and he has some missions to be fulfilled. One is that to kill those who are wrongdoers, protect those who are doing right, and one more mission he had to revive this Vedic teaching. That was one of the missions to do, Bhagavan at that list, that item also was there. One of them was this Vedika Dharma Punaruddharanam, Punarujjivanam. So Bhagavan has as the incarnation that also was to be done to revive the teaching of Vedas, Veda Purva Bhaga and Vedanta. And that mission is to be fulfilled now. So Bhagavan is very happy. Now time has come to be done what is to be done. Therefore also smiling. Wow, that time has come. And one more reason is there for Bhagavan laughing. Why Bhagavan laugh? We are worried about it. So Arjuna, which is going to be talked about, Arjuna was talking like a wise person in the first chapter. This is not proper, this is proper, this is dharma, this is adharma. So he was talking as if he is a wise person, but he was grieving, and grieving and wisdom don't go together. So one side he was behaving like a wise person, other side he was behaving like an ignorant person. And seeing this contradiction, Bhagavan was laughing. So prahasan. But he was not laughing openly. Therefore, another word is iva, as though laughing. And by laughing, what is suggested? Arjuna, don't worry. Iva, as though suggesting Arjuna, I am sympathetic to your problem. I understand your problem. And that is why prahasan iva. And so Bhagavan is smiling, Arjuna is grieving. Smiling is indicative of freedom, mukta purusha. Vishidantam is indicative of baddha purusha, bound. So this is a dialogue between mukta Krishna and baddha Arjuna. Bound Arjuna and free Krishna. Then only Upadesha is possible. Otherwise, doctors say that you sleep on this cot, I have to sleep in this cot. Then what type of treatment will happen? Doctor should be relatively healthy to treat the patient. So very healthy doctor it is. Therefore, prahasanniva bharata vidam vachaha vacha. And what did he say? That is said in the next shloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Ashocyanan Vashocastvam
Ashocyanan Vashocastvam
Prajnavadanshya Bhashase
Prajnavadanshya Bhashate
Gatasu Nagatasunshya
Gatasu Nagatasumscha
Nanushocanti Panditaha
Nanusochanti Panditaha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan, glorious Lord, told the following things. And from this 11th shloka alone, the teaching of Bhagavad Gita starts. So far, only background was there. The real movie starts now only. The real teaching starts now only. That is why Shankaracharya ji, who has written the commentary on Bhagavad Gita, writes the commentary only from this shloka. He doesn't write the commentary on the previous shlokas. He gives a summary of that particular portion from the first chapter up to the 10th shloka of the second chapter. He just gives the summary. And what he says, that this grantha, this text up to the 10th sloka, this portion of the text, is to be understood or to be explained as the demonstration of the problem of samsara, diagnosis of the problem of samsara. What are the symptoms of samsara and what can be the seed for the problem of samsara. And thus, so far only the diagnosis is done. Now only the solution is being offered. So how people are suffering from problem of samsara, that was suggested. And how one needs to ask for help to get out of this problem of samsara, that was talked about. Now only solution, the main teaching starts, which goes up to, as I said, 18 chapter, 66 sloka. And the 11th sloka is one of the important sloka of Bhagavad Gita. In fact, it is called Sankshepa Gita. Means it is presenting this Bhagavad Gita's teaching in brief. If you understand this shloka with all implications, then whole Bhagavad Gita is understood. Such a profound shloka it is. Alright, and in this shloka, Bhagavan is giving this message. What is the message? Ignorance is the cause for sorrow, and therefore knowledge is the solution to the problem of sorrow. This is the essence of this essential shloka. Sorrow is because of ignorance, and therefore freedom from sorrow is by knowledge. And before we enter into the main subject, which we'll do in the next class, sorrow is a feeling of uneasiness centered on I. Sorrow does not belong to my leg and hands or head, etc. That is why there is a difference between these two words, sorrow and pain. You have got, suppose, knee is paining. What do you say? I have got knee pain. Do you say I have got knee sorrow? You don't say. Knee sorrow, head sorrow. Then doctor will say I have got patient sorrow. So, so it's called pain. Stomach pain, headache we say, or knee pain, knee ache you can say, not knee sorrow. So there is a difference between pain and sorrow. What is the difference? Pain is related to the body, whereas sorrow is centered on you as a person. You are uncomfortable as a person. That is called sorrow. So sorrow is centered on you, whereas pain is centered on some part of the body, or sometimes maybe all parts of the body, but not in you. Even with pain, you need not have sorrow. If you have objective outlook, pain can be there, sorrow is not there. And sometimes sorrow is there, pain is not there. Possible or not? That also is possible. This fellow is healthy, but sorrow. My wife or my children don't write to me, Swamiji. They don't even write a WhatsApp message, free also, still they don't write. One problem, they don't call me, Swamiji. Nowadays it is free, Swamiji. So many apps are there, free call. They don't call me. Physically, all right. Blood pressure, okay, sugar, etc., okay, but sorrow. And I tell you, when there is immaturity, ignorance, then person will have many avenues for sorrow. There is a beautiful shloka which says, Shokasthana sahasrani, bhayasthana shatani cha, divase divase mudham avishantina panditam. For an ignorant, deluded person, there are thousands avenues of sorrow. Something or the other he will say, I am not okay with this, I am not okay with this, I am not okay with this. I am afraid of this, I am afraid of this, I am afraid of this. Mudham, to deluded person, there will be so many avenues. And bhaya, fear also. Na panditam, when wisdom is there, Pain can be there. Even a wise person will have physical pain. Don't think that wise person means no pain. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa also had pain. Pujya Swamiji also had pain. Swami Chinmayanji pain. There was no more, this big people what we hear about, all of them had pain. Physical pain cannot be avoided. If physical pain can be avoided, we will have so many people coming to Vedanta class. Because he said, why should we go to doctors? Here free class and lunch also given. So free. So Vedanta class will have more, doctor will not have. But physical pain is not reduced. Yeah, some problem which is caused because of some improper attitude, that will be reduced indirectly. But physical pain is not removed, sorrow is removed. And how sorrow and ignorance are connected, how freedom from sorrow and knowledge are connected, those details we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada
Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.